Representative Cain, welcome back to the program here. Is there any talk at all on how lawmakers should address these ever rising insurance rates here in the state?
Well, I'm not sure about how we can address it, but I can certainly tell you and the people of Texas that we've heard your voices, right? We've heard your concerns. And of course, we also pay homeowner insurance rates ourselves and have seen those effects. And I know there's this myth out there that we're all wealthy, but some of us just average folks trying to make it by as well. So, I fully empathize with it. It is troubling. We're seeing it nationally, but what are the answers? I'm not sure. And that's something that the legislature is going to have to study it. We know other states are also looking at this, and we can look to them and see whether they're getting it right or not. What I do know is there's some concerns about, of course, covering things have gotten more expensive, right? Due to inflation. That's there. Of course, we've had more storms or recent storms and those issues, but is government the solution or the problem, right? We have a supply problem as well. I believe Progressive is one of the ones that have announced they're no longer to be covering home insurance policies in Texas, right? And so when fewer than in the marketplace, that also is a cost thing. And is there a way we can get out of the way to encourage more people, right, to provide that product and hopefully raise it or lower the cost for Texans? But I don't have the solution, but we certainly do know there's a problem and it's affecting everybody, and we got to deal with it.
And you said that you've heard constituents, talking to you. What are they telling you, especially along the Gulf Coast there?
Yeah, well, it's similar to the things we hear about our property tax rates, that it's going to drive them drive them out of their homes. Right now, they're already making those cost cuts in order to just afford their groceries and to pay their property tax bill, and now they'll be hitting with this insurance rate. And so, yeah, it is in tight spots. And of course, when people get put in those spots, the emotions rise, and it starts to break down other issues in society. And so the Texas legislature must act, and I'm glad we're going to be starting to do that in January.
Is this something you think that might be addressed this session, or like property taxes, is this going to take a few sessions to actually deal with and lower people's insurance bills?
Mm. I'm not sure how we lower them, right? Things have gotten more expensive as well. The cost of replacing things have gotten more expensive. And so we need to look at whether we can allow people to offer plans that only maybe replace certain things. There's some great plans out there for homeowners insurance, right? There's certain of cash replacement versus value replacement. We have to look into it and see how we can allow people to get different level plans, or how we can allow more people to even come into the marketplace, right? So if supply remains what it is right now, and maybe there's some regulations we got to look at cutting so that we can get people into Texas to provide that product to the homeowners, right? Certainly we can't force them to lower it, or we will force more out of the market. So we have to be creative, probably hold a lot of hearings, and use our ears a whole lot more than our mouths. Maybe something I should do better with.
The way it stands now, insurance companies in Texas only have to notify the state, the Texas Department of Insurance, before they raise their rates and send those bills along to you and I. Other states like California, regulated markets where they have to actually get permission to raise the rates. Is that something you think Texas should consider?
Well, there's a reason Californians are moving to Texas. So look, we should look at it, considering it as far as studying the policy to see whether it would work here or not. But of course, I'm a little suspicious when you have something like that. There's a reason businesses are leaving that state for this one. There's a reason homeowner affordability in California is as high as it is, and it could be a reason like that. So look, everything needs to be on the table. I shouldn't even prejudge it. We should listen. Of course, I got a few hunches. I tend to learn which policies, and usually government ends up messing things up. But we got to do something for sure.
And the last thing I wanted to ask you too, Senator Tan Parker, former member of the House of Representatives there, mentioned, I think in testimony, that he had his insurer drop him. Have you heard those stories from other lawmakers? Have you seen these same rates going up there at your place?
Now, I personally haven't been dropped, but we've heard about that with people on flood insurance and homeowners insurance and
Yeah.
mortgage insurance. Not familiar with another policymaker being in that position, but that does certainly help, I guess, for empathy to understand what the rest of Texans are going through.
Representative, I appreciate the time. Thank you.
God bless, Jason. Let's get this fixed for Texans.